So here I am back in Toronto. I don't know how many times I've been through here. At least 3, maybe more. I think the last time I was here was with Ben Howard, actually. We got robbed in Niagara Falls, but on the American side, you'll be happy to know. No, I've only ever played Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. And that would be the same on this tour as well. Well, I'll tell you, I've had one of the best shows I think I've ever had in Montreal. I've also had some good shows in Toronto. You just never know when you go on the road with somebody. I learn a lot. Every artist I've toured with, I've learned from their audiences. Because it's just finding new ways to communicate with them that they're going to understand or appreciate. But some tours you're just never going to crack. At least I'm never going to crack. But it's always worthwhile. I pick and choose which tours I go on for a number of reasons. I mean, I love touring, and it's pretty easy for me to tour alone when I need to, so it's very cheap, which makes me a good candidate for support slots, you know. And I like it because I learn a lot every time, like I was saying. It's a great way to get around and see the world. And right now, and for the last couple of years, I've pretty much done every tour I've been offered because, it's how I make a living. And also I've got this new record coming out, so I'm just trying to play as much as I can. I mean, I haven't really thought about it lyrically, I suppose. I mean, I'm still writing from the same point of view, but I'm also 5 years older. So the writing of this album was different than the other albums. I think some of the, some of the outside stuff that I had been writing about on past albums kind of fell away. And I was really trying to cut through to something. And I think I succeeded in some parts more than others, but as a whole, it's just a more developed perspective. I'm moved by very few poets. I think it's really difficult to bring music to a printed page the way that great poets can. That said, there are a few. And when I started writing songs in earnest, I had a lot of trouble with lyrics. I wasn't satisfied with anything that I was writing. So I started trying to put the lyrics I was writing down on paper and have them work as standalone pieces. And that forced me to really think about what I was saying in every case and make it so that each song or verse communicated an idea, which I still hold myself to, even though I'll draw from stream of consciousness and abstract ideas. But I try to always tie them into something that is going to be fairly clear to people, which is kind of old-fashioned, I think. The best place for songwriting is in a closet or an upstairs bedroom or a fire escape when there's a party going on inside and nobody can hear what you're doing, but you can hear them having a good time. Yeah, it's sort of like, I think, for me, to write well, you kind of need to be behind a one-way glass, one-way mirror, where you can be totally aware of everybody and everything that's going on. But to write comfortably and to take chances, you have to feel like nobody's going to see you when you fall flat on your face. And so I think that's why it's nice to be around people, to know people are there and to draw from them, but to be hiding at the same time. Well, the songs come first. I've never gotten to the point where I plan out an entire album ahead of time. I'll write songs and then pick a collection of songs that fit together, and then build the album around that, the sequencing and the title. The title "Carry On" comes from a song on the album, which I think of as kind of the cornerstone of the album, and the title itself works for me and where I am, and sort of the theme of the album is not about coming up with answers, it's about getting by without answers. I've been off the road. Before the album, I was off the road for about 5 years. So I'm also, besides doing the album justice, I'm trying to get to the point again where I can tour and play shows and know that people are going to turn up.
Spin yourself around, dig down.